Welcome to the Nightly Rant. I'm Mike.
And I'm Toria.
This is the show where we talk about the awful things that have happened in our day, the awesome things that have happened in our day,
and all the things in between.
Thanks for listening, and we truly hope you enjoy. Hey everyone, so for today's episode, we have a special throwback because something happened and we were unable to record an episode. And we want you to have an episode 5 days a week. So, we hope you enjoy this special throwback episode that we have chosen for you. Once again, it's evening time, and here we are.
It's evening? It feels like it's still morning.
Why, you didn't have anything to do today?
No, I had too much to do, so it feels like this day was gone in 30 seconds.
Huh, usually when I'm that busy, I feel like the daytime part went by fast, and then I'm at the nighttime. Anyway, whatever. So what was so terrible about today?
It's just really busy. I had a crap load of stuff to do.
Yeah?
Wasn't necessarily terrible, just annoying.
So are you hitting that spot we talked about where you need help?
No. I just put too many things off, and then Monday was Monday. And there was no... I didn't do any work on Monday. So it just made things a little bit more hectic this week. It's not a problem. It'll be fine.
So I wanted to talk about... You know how last year during the local elections... some of the comments that I got about, oh, that's why so many people have you blocked.
Right.
Okay, well, first of all, isn't it interesting that they seem to think they know how many people have a certain person blocked? And I'd like to know how they do that.
I don't know. They're crazy. They're legitimately crazy.
Yep.
Because nobody who doesn't work at Facebook knows who has who blocked. Sorry.
Yeah.
Like, I can figure out who has me blocked simply by using you to look them up if I can't.
Well, we talked about that before too. One of the stupid things about Facebook's blocking mechanism is you just go to the person's profile and it's like, oh, this profile doesn't exist, when you damn well know the profile exists.
Right. Right. So we agree that it's dumb that you can't tell who has you who blocked, but that's just how it is. Nobody knows who has who blocked.
Yeah, but my point is, like, and what made me think of this was that I was looking up something and I saw an old conversation from around that time period with someone who was talking round and round in circles. But then every so often their, in air quotes, defense was that I'm bullying them and that I should be aware of that because so many people have me blocked. And I, instead of going after the block comment, I said, you do realize that's your perception, right? That's just your perception. Well, it's the perception of many people. And I said, okay, let me ask you a question. The group you're in right now, commenting with me, was created because people had the perception that the other admin was terrible. And so they created this group specifically, and if you'll notice, it was to such an extreme that they made it a group with no rules, nothing gets deleted, nobody gets blocked, it's just a free-for-all. It's like the Wild Wild West is what I call it.
Wild West.
And I said, now, do you think that admin is terrible? And she said, no. And I said, okay then. Other people definitely have that perception of her.
Yeah.
So that just goes to show you that perceptions are just perceptions. They're not, it's one person's perspective. It's not everybody's perspective.
Right.
And the funny thing is, I did ask a friend who works at Facebook, how many total people have me blocked? And it's 7. 7 total people. Now, out of the 5,000 member group that we were talking about,
Right.
7 people have me blocked. Do we realize that's less than 1%?
You know what's funny about that? More people than 7 obviously blocked you during various conversations, but they're such drama addicts, they then promptly unblock you because they have to know what you're going to say next.
Yep. But it's just annoying because just like when people get into a conversation with you and they start their point, and then you make your point, and then they make their point, then you make your point, then they make their point, and then you make your point, and then they say, why are you so argumentative? You keep going on and on and on about this. Well, dude, we're trading comments. How can you say I'm being argumentative when you're continuing the same discussion? It makes no sense to me.
Right.
So, I don't know. I think people are, I guess what I'm getting down to is people are overly sensitive, and they all seem to tend to think that when they have a perception or an opinion, that that's the right way, that's the way it is, and that there's no arguing with them, and that they're right, and you should pay attention to them.
Well, if you do argue with them, you're an asshole or a bully.
Well, and how much of that is a control issue?
Probably all of it.
Because that's what it kind of feels like. Like, you need to listen to what I say, then everything will be okay.
You're not wrong about that. It does sound like a control issue.
So, I don't know. It's weird. But, hey, that's the other thing that I want to point out to people is look inside of the Real Cypress Community Group for a link to a GoFundMe for a dog. And even as low as $1, I mean, please give some money to help this dog get what it needs from the vet.
Poor little guy's had a rough life.
He's had a hard time of it. So, that I wanted to throw that little pitch in there for him. So let's talk again some more about the Parenthood show that we've been watching, because you did make the claim that it's the most predictable show you've ever watched.
Something finally happened that I didn't predict.
But yet you liked it. I'm curious, why do you like a show that's so predictable?
Well, I like Law and Order, and it's predictable. So that's the thing. Call it a comparison. Also, something finally happened that I didn't predict. And I like the people who are in it. I think they do a decent job of acting.
Okay.
So
you like the characters?
Or don't like the characters strongly enough and want to know what dumbass thing they're going to do next.
So you're engaged with the characters, basically.
Mm-hmm. That's a better way to phrase it.
Yeah, I think so, too. Well, that's interesting. So what do you think about where it's headed now?
I don't know. I still think that I'm predicting correctly about what's going to happen with certain people. But
to be honest, I don't remember if they resolve that issue or not and how they resolve it.
Guess we'll find out. What are we on, season 6? We don't have very much left.
I think we're on season 6, yeah.
Maybe even just starting season 6?
Because they're opening the school, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the last season. I think that show got canceled mid-season, like not canceled as in taken off the air, but like they refused to renew the contract like mid-season. So that's an interesting thought. I wonder why they wouldn't renew it for another season if the actors wanted to come back.
Well, who knows? It might have been an issue where the actors didn't want to come back.
Well, from what I remember, they did want to come back. From what I remember, they did want to come back. So I don't know. That's interesting.
Google search could answer that question for us.
I'm sure it could. So you had a busy day, and my day was all right.
You said your day was boring and long.
It was long, and there wasn't really a lot for me to do. So I had to just kind of be the, stand there and be the holder of buckets and things of that nature.
The thrilling job of being an assistant.
Yep. But that job's got to end soon. for a lot of different reasons. But it will.
Yeah. Sounds like you're on the home stretch now anyway.
Yeah, I think so. I can't see it going too much longer. But, yeah. What about, what should we watch after we've finished with Parenthood?
I don't know. I've been cruising through the Netflix thing, and I haven't found anything yet that you would actually like. There's things that I would like, but things that you would never watch, that you previously said you'll never watch. And I'm sure there's tons of things that you would like to watch that I won't watch or won't like.
Be honest, I haven't even looked. Well, partially because we watch Parenthood on your profile. So your profile doesn't have my list. And when I go through things and see something that I'm even remotely interested in, I'll add it to my list. That's kind of like a bookmark to remember to go back and possibly watch it.
There's one show that's in both of our lists that we could maybe watch next, but I can't remember what it's called. Like Mindhunter or something like that?
Mindhunter's supposed to be really good. But I stick things in my list so I can find them later.
But there's also a new season of The Ranch. There's a new season of Fuller
The Ranch,
House.
yeah. Fuller House.
So I'm sure we can go and bide some time watching that.
I still have to finish up all my House of Cards. I have to go back through that whole entire season that I didn't get to see. So, I'm intrigued.
Are you?
Christmas decorations at your mom's house. When does she take them down?
My mom's house? Sometime in the first week of January.
Well, you're the person I'm talking to.
Well, you could have been talking to her.
Has she said 2 words ever in a podcast?
No.
Okay, then. When does she take them down?
Sometime in the first week of January.
Interesting. I could have guessed that based off our conversation earlier today.
We had a conversation about Christmas.
Actually, it was yesterday.
Today. She used to take them down New Year's weekend, but now that she no longer has a real tree, there's no longer the mad rush to get the fire hazard out of the house.
It's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It's very interesting. The place where I'm doing the job, she was fully decorated, like her whole house is decorated. And she was taking things down today.
Was she?
Yep. She says she normally does it on New Year's weekend, but something's going on with work or something, and I don't know.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so I just thought I'd ask because I had a suspicion that that's what you were going to say.
I don't know. I feel like it varies. Most people, it's sometime in the month of January. Because... Why are you laughing? I'm going to explain why I said that. Crazy person.
Isn't going to change the fact that I think that's funny.
I'm just judging by what happened last year when there was constant Christmas trees for the entire month of January in the dumpster of our apartment building.
I love how we see things completely differently, though. Because you see that as an indicator that people choose to take down their decorations at any point during the month of January, and that some people keep them for 2 weeks and some people keep them for 3 weeks. I, on the other hand, see it as people are so lazy and such procrastinators that they don't want to take the time to take their stuff down, and so they wait and wait and wait and wait until the Christmas tree is a fire hazard. Because you're saying the way you know is by the Christmas trees that are outside of the trash dumpster. So they wait until they've got kindling wood, and then they take it down. Because if they waited any longer, they'd start a fire in their apartment.
So maybe they do. It's possible.
On what planet does a Christmas tree last until the 3rd week of January without being kindling wood?
I don't think it does.
Yeah. I mean, that's dangerous, and it's stupid, and it's lazy. First week, whatever. But 3 weeks?
But if you remember, last year when
I
we came
didn't
home
dispute
from
it.
Vegas, on like the 16th of January, was when there was like a Christmas tree farm at the dumpster. And
No,
we
I
were
know.
commenting on it. It was awful.
Don't dispute your comment at all. I don't. But I just think that people are lazy. And you know, this whole leaving the trash outside the trash dumpster crap needs to stop. Like, seriously, there's a whole entire empty dumpster, and because you're too lazy to lift the cover up, you don't throw the trash in?
Come on now. The people today weren't even too lazy to lift the cover up. They were too lazy to lift their bag of trash into the bin.
Pretty much. Pretty much. I just think it's funny that if I was going to leave trash on the ground, I'd make damn well sure there were no identifying information.
No, it would all be
in
like
that trash.
kitchen garbage, and I would make sure nobody would ever know
It'd
it
be
was
like
me.
the bag of cat litter or something. That's what would be out there.
Right.
There would not be my mail with my name and address, my full name and my full address on the envelope so everyone in the world knows whose trash that is.
The only time I've ever left our trash bag outside of the bin was I physically could not lift it into the bin.
Right, when it was,
and I told you about it, and when you came home,
I put it in
the bin.
Yep, I remember that.
Yep.
Even when there was Trash Mountain out there, I made a point of making sure it got into the dumpster. I don't know. I don't understand that crap.
People are inconsiderate, and people don't give a rat's ass about anybody else besides themselves.
At least the people around here seem that way. That's for sure.
I completely understand that there is a group of people in the world who aren't like that. And we know some of those people, and they're very nice, and I like them a lot. But then there are people like that who just think they own the entire world. They think they can sit at the barbecue pit with their loud-ass dog and disrupt everybody in the universe trying to take an evening stroll with their dog. They think that they can just pile their heaps of groceries at the bottom of the stairs so that nobody else can get to their apartment or walk past to get to their car. They think they can prop the front gate open.
Why do I not know about that?
It's all the same person.
But why do I not know about that?
I don't know if it never fails. Every time I walk Lila, she has come home with groceries, and she's just there across the sidewalk, and you know how Lila is with her nose and her, I'm gonna eat all the things, into the bags. You know how hard it is to pull her past fresh groceries? Harder than it is to pull her past street berries that she loves so much. But then, by the time I bring Lila back, she's done with it, taken everything upstairs, and then I promptly forget about it by the time I come upstairs to tell you about it. It only happened when I walk her by myself.
You know, the interesting thing, though, is that lady goes everywhere walking.
Yeah, I think they only have one car.
Well, but I'm saying that might be why she can't carry 2 kids, a stroller, and all those groceries up at one time.
But
yes, there's a way to be courteous about it.
She could not pick up the entire sidewalk. But whatever. Inconsiderate is inconsiderate. No matter how you slice it. If you're going to be inconsiderate about throwing your trash away, you're likely going to be inconsiderate about everything else in your existence, so
tell us what's been going on with you lately.
What do you mean?
Just tell us what's been going on with you lately. Whatever comes to mind.
Just work stuff? Question mark?
You're supposed to be telling us, not asking us.
But we already talked about what's been going on with me lately. Just work stuff. That's all.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Super busy with work every day?
Pretty much.
Yeah?
Minus Christmas.
Yeah?
Which was nice to sit and play dumb games on my phone for the majority of the day.
I bet. Busy's good, but too busy's not good.
Yeah, I think that it's too busy right now because it's the end of the month. So the one client that I have is like in panic mode because people are moving out and we don't have new people moving in.
Well, a few weeks ago, though, you had a similar kind of excuse.
Except for a few weeks ago is when I just started all of this.
Well, considering this will be your second invoice, no, you've done it for a month, not a few weeks.
I started for him on December 6th.
Okay, so you've been doing it for a month.
And this won't be a second invoice for him. I only invoice him once a month, so it'll go out on the 15th of January.
Yes, I understand that.
But yeah. So yeah, a few weeks ago, it was chaos because I started like 4 new clients all in the same day.
I don't like that they do this with Netflix. This giant screensaver BS.
I saw something interesting on it the other day, though, that I added to my list.
Well, it's exactly why they do it. It's advertising. They nail you with advertising left, right, and sideways.
Yep, pretty much.
But I don't know. I worry that you're too busy.
If it doesn't calm down by mid-January, I'll agree with you that I'm too busy.
Well, and then I don't know what you're contractually obligated to say, but you need to let people know about our Vegas trip.
I feel like the majority of things, like the person that I help with the social media stuff, I can do it all in advance, so there won't be any lost hours for her. But then I feel like the guy that I work for every morning, that I'm just going to let him know what's what, and that we're going on this trip, and let him know that I'll answer emails as they come in.
It wasn't my question, sweetheart. What I said was, I don't know what you're contractually obligated to, but you'd better let them know soon that you're going. My point being, if I had a contract with someone, I would require 2 weeks notice before they go on vacation. So if that's the case, you need to tell them now. It could have been 30 days notice, in which case you're too late. It could be, tell me the day before you go. So what I'm saying to you is, I don't know what you're contractually obligated to, but probably sooner than later, you should be letting them know so that they too can make plans.
Yep. There's really only one I need to let know, which is what I was trying to explain to you. The rest of them, I'll just handle it in advance and it'll be fine.
I have my doubts about anyone's ability to do that. You're complaining that you're too busy, but you're going to take that too busy and compress it into an even tighter time frame and somehow make it work.
Guess we'll see. If it all blows up, then I'll have learned my lesson.
This right here is exactly why I want to do strategic planning for the year. Because we can't keep putting our hand over our eyes and walking going, well, I hope it works, I hope it works, I hope it works, I hope it works. We have to make it work. We have to design it so that it works. That's what planning is about.
I get that. That's why we're doing it this weekend before the year starts.
But I'm saying, this kind of scenario is exactly why I want strategic planning, because I don't feel comfortable with, we'll see what happens. Like, that means we'll see what happens and it could be so bad you could lose all of those clients. Think about that. I don't think that would happen, but think about it. It could. You don't know because there's no plan.
Yep.
All right. Well, that's what you saw that you liked.
That's
the unfortunate events
one. I've already watched that. It was something else. I saw it earlier today while you weren't home.
Yep. Okay. Well, I'm tired and I think I'm losing my voice, so
okay.
Time to sign off. Anything else you want to add?
Nope. I'm good.
All right.
Good night, everyone.
Hasta la bye-bye. Hey, this is Mike, and I just wanted to tell you that if you enjoyed the show, and I truly hope you did, you can subscribe on iTunes or Google Play and not miss a single episode. But if you happened to miss an episode and you didn't find it on Google Play or iTunes for some reason, you could go to our website, which is thenightly.rant.wordpress.com.